in the building.
Let's
go.
Live with the Wolfhard Roar!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh,
I guess I gotta do it, Speed. Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, aka Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brother, man. You guys know who he is, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets. Speed the Genius here, people. Speed the Genius. Guys, we had to go and do this emergency podcast here for you guys. Don't forget, this Tuesday we are live to talk even more Giants, but I think this is one of the biggest news in the NFL because we usually do around the NFL every Monday and just give you the different games that we saw. But this one was such a, I don't want to say a heartbreak, but it was, right? I guess in hindsight, like for them to score 30-something points in the fourth quarter, you don't really see that in the NFL. That's why they broke records yesterday. So this is one of the biggest stories. And Speed, we're going to talk about a couple things here. And I just want to keep just two topics because we're going to break it down even more tomorrow. But Brian Daboll had a presser. A lot of pointing of the fingers are going around pretty much on who to blame or why this team is lost or why this team has lost. And what's going to happen. So, Speed, I just want to get your thoughts. Give me the quick rundown of how you feel about the game, who you're pointing fingers at. Just give me everything right now, how you feel, just in a little tidbit here.
Well, first and foremost, hello, everybody. And thank you for anybody that watched with us on the live stream last night. It was fun as hell. Could have done without you guys. But listen, we went live today at 3 o'clock because we heard there was a presser at 2:30, and we thought, hey, maybe these guys will have their wits about them and fire the guy that's cost them at least 2 games, right? In my opinion, in my humble opinion, that I thought that Shane Bowen was going to get the axe. We needed a body, right? After that just terrible historic collapse, we needed something. And, Brian Daboll gave us an absolute nothing burger. No news. Everybody's accountable. It starts with me, yada, yada, all the bullshit. The kicker's not even cut yet. So McTominay's still there. He gave us absolutely nothing. I'm sad, E. My voice is gone. I'm tired. I'm angry. I need to walk off a cliff because, listen, grand scheme, that we should be happy about so many things that transpired yesterday. We should be happy, but I can't help getting over the fact that this team should be at minimum 3-4 right now, at minimum. And they blew another game in historic fashion. The Dallas game, the Saints game with 5 straight turnovers. Now this game, just soul crushing blow. And I can't take it anymore. We're so close. This looks like we have our guy in Dart. Like this should have been the catapulting win. And I'm just defeated, man. I'm defeated. What are your thoughts on the game last night, man?
You know what, Speed? Obviously, the game, it was heartbreaking to watch it go down to a field goal. Something we're all too familiar with when it comes to the Giants, right? Like, we look at the Carolina game where the Carolina came back with Cam Newton, kicked the field goal. Like, we can go through the games of how many times we lost by a last-second field goal, right? But I have to tell you this, Speed. This one felt a little bit different to me, okay? I don't like to lose. Do not get me wrong. But when you see them down and Denver goes in there and Jackson Dart throws that interception, but then he comes back and freaking goes and scores you a touchdown after that interception.
Come on, bro.
It just says, damn, we finally have an answer at quarterback possibly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Still too soon to tell. To tell. But after seeing the other players that we had in here, you go, this guy is the future. Then you see Cordell Flott coming into emergence and coming into his own and having a great game as well. You go, man, we finally have a CB2 that could be a lockdown for us that can help us. Before Paulson, Daboll, and etc. goes down, I believe it was Paulson and Daboll, right?
Yeah.
Before he goes down, you go, man, the secondary was playing pretty good.
Yeah.
They were keeping them at bay. Then you look at the Kayvon Thibodeaux. Then you look at the Brian Burns. Then you look at the Abdul Carters. You go, man, this is a front row. Now, guys, listen to me. Listen to me. The future is finally bright for the Giants. And how I'm taking it is in a season that we wasn't supposed to do much anyway. Vegas has us at 5 games of winning. We wasn't supposed to do much anyway. And the fact that we're playing competitive football, I'm not saying Giants fans. I'm not saying like I'm hanging my hat on that and good try, guys. No, I want to win. I know I want to win. But it seems like we finally have an answer in certain places that we've been searching for years. For years. Who would have thought Cordell Flott would be the guy? Who would have thought that these guys and Kayvon Thibodeaux is finally coming into his own? Who would have thought that Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbull will be the difference maker on offense without a wide receiver 1 and 2, and we're still putting up 30 points and being competitive with people that's supposed to blow us out completely? Not just a week ago, we were saying these guys need to stay. We love them. Oh, my God, we can't wait till Malik Neighbors come back. And just for this last-second field goal, you go, damn, man, everybody needs to go. I just don't see it. The only thing that should be in question is why that kicker missed it. How the hell did he get in that roster spot there, beating out the other guy? And did Joe Shane learn from Graham Gano? And the answer is no. So the person, if you really want to point the finger at and say, where the hell was my kicker, will be the GM. Brian Daboll don't sign these people. The GM does. Right? So you just got to go, hey, I think they called a good plan. Shane Bowen definitely gets blamed. But for the most part, in its totality, the picture, I thought they called a good game plan, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defense in question, hands down in question.
I mean, you just listen. What you're saying is right, and it was honestly for three and three quarters, like 3.5 quarters of good play from both sides, man. Like Brian Daboll had them coached up to have a convincing win, and obviously the Dart pick opened up the gates, and that stinks. But again, like you said, the ball's on him to come back and still get a touchdown to put you back in the lead. With 30 seconds left. We've had 2 touchdowns with under 37 seconds left in 2 separate games, and we're 0-2 in those games. In those games, we also scored 30 plus in both of them. In what world did you ever think that would be the case, man? Like, it's just such a statistical anomaly. It doesn't, like, I think the stat was like 1,062-0 teams when they're up like that many points with that much time left in the game. They've never lost, yet the Giants somehow found a way. They found a way. And again, this is why I go back to, you saw Brian Burns after the game. He said, we're playing freaking 8 people back. He's pissed off. He's saying that out loud. Cameras are everywhere. You got Dexter Lawrence after the game questioning, why the hell am I not on the last series of the game? Why the hell is Dexter Lawrence and Carter not in there? They had to go 50 yards in 30 seconds, and they did it with ease. 2 plays, dude. Like, it's just so frustrating because we're so close. We should be playing for the second place and damn near had a shot at the division here. And I'm just so frustrated by how it all transpired. But shout out to the offensive line, by the way, completely dominated the Denver defense, dude. There's so many positives. Wan'Dale Robinson, fantastic game out of you. Theo Johnson, Bellinger, Dart, like you said, Flott, like so many positives that came from this game that, I hate to take it to negative time right now. We should be
Let me say this, Speed, because listen, of course, like I said, devastating loss, right? But I have to say, and I'm not shooting Bowen any type of bail here, I think he's definitely on some sort of chopping block here, right? But when you go down a Daboll, and who was the other guy too in the secondary that went down? The name's not coming. Holland, right? Both of those guys you signed to bolster up your secondary. So at that point, when they're down, you have now Drew Phillips, right? And now you have Tay Banks in there.
Fuck Tay
Both
Banks.
liabilities.
Tay Banks.
Liabilities back there.
I was watching it on the show. We were saying, Tay, this is your moment. Step up.
And he couldn't.
3 catches on 4 attempts for 40 yards and a touchdown.
So Speed, you know exactly where I'm going, right? At that point, you go, man, I know Tay Banks is a liability. I know we got the Drew Phillips guy back there. They need help. And again, I'm not shooting him bail, but they put help back there. There was one play where they were playing man coverage and there was 2 safeties high. And that's supposed to be Tay Banks' strong suit. And the guy runs a freaking I don't even know if it was a curl route. I forget what it was. But he runs a little route and he catches the ball. You know what I mean? So again, as Shane Bowen's thinking like, yo, these guys need help. Let me try to get someone back there. This way they don't complete the pass. Now, some of those passes were freaking catches. Those guys were making catches with the Giants player's arm right in the center of it. And these guys were just grabbing those balls away from them. You know what I mean? So some of those plays were freaky plays happening.
Yeah,
so when I look at stuff like that, I go, all right, well, listen, freak plays happen. Denver has got the right side of the ball. They got the right bounce. And this is what it is. On to the next game. You know what I mean? But what my standpoint is that I just can't call for Brian Daboll's job at this moment. Because if you look at it now, if the season was to end, this guy's coming back for sure. But let's see how the rest of the season plays out before I go. Everybody needs to go. Let me see. They can rip off a bunch of games. Who knows? Because they just beat Philly. So we're like, anything can happen. Maybe they can beat Philly again and we're all back feeling good again.
True.
You know what I mean? So anything can happen. We have to wait to the end before I call for anyone's. I think that was my perspective of it. And everyone was just like, bad take, Eli, or bad take this. And I'm like, I'm just on to the next game. Like the ball bounced to Denver's way, we lost. It is what it is. But these guys fought. They fought hard. They really did. I know. No moral win, but I'm just saying.
Where I fault Brian Daboll, and I don't fault him for a lot of I think he coached a good game. I think Kafka coached a good game. Where I fault him is at the end of the game, he's seen screaming at Shane Bowen, right? For presumably going safe prevent, which cost them the Dallas game. Same exact scenario, cost them the Dallas game. As a head coach, and I know the offense has looked great, and he said, hey, listen, you get me my quarterback, I'm going to show you that we have a real team. And they look like a real team now. They look like a force to be reckoned with. They're no longer easy to play against. But as a head coach of a whole football team, if there's a call that's going in that you don't agree with, defense, offense, special teams, I don't care what it is, you step in there and say, motherfucker, you're not going to let this game go down by playing prevent defense. You get in there and you fucking blitz or you rush 4, you do whatever. And so he's clearly pissed off about what happened. So get in there and step in as a head coach and override it. Fucking say, no, you're not going prevent.
I totally agree with that, Speed. And I see that perspective right there. Because you know what the fault is for Brian Daboll? He puts way too much stock. This is just like Wink Martindale. Wink Martindale was a separate head coach. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
He was like a whole separate entity running that defense.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Speed?
Yeah, that's the worrisome part. Like
right. It's just like,
are you the head coach or are you an offensive coordinator? What are you?
You got to get your hands wet. And Speed, from that perspective, that's when I'll say, okay, Brian Daboll is not doing a good job if that's the case. If that's the case, Brian Daboll is not even doing close to what he's supposed to do as a head coach. Because you mean to tell me a Tom Coughlin won't go in that room and be like, nah, what are y'all doing over here? We got to figure this out. You know what I mean? Like the great head coaches will do that. But it seems like to me, Brian Daboll is one-sided. And you're absolutely right, Speed. He still has that offensive coordinator mind and not a head coach mind. It seems like he's focusing more on Mike Kafka and not on the defensive side of the ball. Mm-hmm. We see it. He doesn't know the defense. Not to say he doesn't know defenses, because obviously his offensive coordinator knows how to pick them apart. But I guess he doesn't know the ins and out of what a coordinator is supposed to do on the defensive side. I don't know. But either way,
I
he's
don't know that
very
he doesn't
timid
know.
of going over there and
Yeah.
giving his thoughts.
I don't know that he doesn't know. I think he's so wrapped up in Dart. That's like he's so Dart focused, so offensive focused that you almost, it seems like he's forgot that you're the head coach. You're the head coach of the whole team. You can't just focus on Jackson Dart. That like it just like he's in there in the fucking tent when Jackson Dart in the Philly game is in the tent. Dude, you're a head coach. Let somebody else go. Like next man up. You got to focus on the whole thing. There's so many red flags that I'm seeing.
He's still a coordinator.
Yes, yeah, Dart is saving his job as we speak.
He is.
Dart
yes,
shouldn't be the reason that why a head coach his job is saved. Like, are you a really good coach, or are you putting all your hopes on this one player to come drag you out? Like, I'm not getting warm vibes from Daboll right now.
Speed, the fact that you say that, that's the only way where I could go. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because you cannot, as a head coach, just be one-dimensional. You have to be everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all of these great coaches, Bill Belichick, special teams guy, he wasn't in the special teams room. Bill Belichick's even on a defensive mind, he still knew the offense and what was going on there, too. You know what I mean? So, that should tell you a good head coach is going to be a great head coach. And maybe Brian Daboll just isn't head coach material. Maybe he's one of them greats, just like, the Spags of the world. As just a great coordinator and can just do that at that moment. Because Speed, right now, I didn't even think of it until you said it.
Yeah,
Brian Daboll just might be too occupied with Jackson Dart.
No, man. I don't
know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but either way, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah. And so now you're staring down the barrel at 2-6, going to Philly. I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see how this team reacts after a devastating loss, which could have cost them. Hey, listen, you go in and beat Philly, you're right back in this thing. You're 3-5. Oh, yeah. You have a couple of you have Chicago coming up. You have San Francisco, who looks fine, not great. You got some W's ahead of you if you can get your ass back in the saddle and pick up a W here and there. Now, but that's a devastating loss. That's a gut-wrenching loss. Number 3 in 7 games, and 3 like in a very short span, dude. Like. So I don't know if this team, let's see the moxie this team has. You got people banged up. Like you said, Adebo's out. Holland's out. I don't know if they're going to come back. Burns could barely walk. Like that was it took everything. If they got that win, it would have taken everything. And the fact that they didn't come out with a W there, plus all the injuries, plus all these questions now, man, I don't know. I don't know how this team bounces back. What do you think, dude?
Speed, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Listen, let's give respect all due to Philly, right? I didn't think they were going to win not one game. I had them actually at 2-0 as far as Philly is concerned. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, man, it's going to be very hard to do it again, especially after all the crap we spoke as fans, because one thing's for sure, that head coach over there at Philly, he hears everything we say as fans. He wants blood.
Yep.
He knows exactly what we're saying as fans. So he's going to be like, nope, this is the game. I'm going to shut y'all the hell up all the way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hard for us to beat Philly again. And I'm telling you right now, if it's a blowout, Speed, oh my God, Giants Twitter is going to melt, forgetting about everything that happened there. Everything that happened as far as
you know it, dude. That's the
but
thing.
I don't think they bounce back this week, Speed.
I don't, and now they're sitting at 2-6, so it's like this whole, like Daboll's. This is why I don't get. Like, is Shane Bowen a Daboll guy? Like, did Daboll want him back? Because right now, without firing Shane Bowen, to me, it seems that A, Daboll thinks he's safe again, or B, he's too stupid and he's gonna let this guy drag him down and potentially cost him his job. Like, I don't. It's got to be one or the other.
Speed. Here's the thing, Speed. Like when you got a guy that you held a press conference and doubled down on him, saying I'm not making any changes. That defense, that's your guy, not a Mara guy, not a this guy. That is your guy. So in hindsight, I'm looking at it and I'm going, man, Brian Daboll really wanted Shane Bowen then. It's not the other way around for optics. Because there's no way in hell after that game you're going to say, no, I'm going to keep him even though he prevented and had this prevent defense and we lost again because of that. There's no way in hell. This is a Brian Daboll's choice. He wants Shane Bowen here, and he's going to live and die by that, unfortunately. Because at this point, if he was to go to John Mara and say, hey, I think I want to change coordinator, John Mara's going to be like, excuse me? Isn't that your guy? No. You're going to live and die by this. I'm sorry. We're going to figure this out at the end of the year. That's what I think is happening right now behind that organization. Again, conspiracy theory, Eli. Just my thought. My thoughts. Not saying this is facts, but just saying, like, man, my opinion, this is a Brian Daboll guy. He's going to live and die by him, and he cannot sell the fact that he needs to get rid of him to ownership because he vouched for him probably to keep him here another year. Probably. Geez.
What a shit show. What a shit show, man. It's bad. We're back to finger pointing. We were so close, dude. So close to this being just a beautiful thing. Again, Jackson Dart is still. He had one wide receiver, by the way, that had a catch yesterday. One wide receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson. Nobody else. This guy's doing this with no help. So Shane Bowen, what are we doing? Like, what? Why are we still here? You know, you got two tight ends. They're your second and third best options, dude. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
And I say this, B. Jackson Dart is him. I'm excited to have him. I don't think this is the flash in the pan that we see like we saw from Daniel Jones' rookie year. This feels different. This looks different. My God, this is different. So for anyone that sits there and say, well, Daniel Jones looked good his rookie year, he wasn't Jackson Dart good.
Not like this, dude. Not like
this. He wasn't Jackson Dart good. Yeah. Let's be honest here.
Yes.
Daniel Jones, I think, had some receivers then at the time. I forget who was there.
Well, it was Tate. He had Slayton, you know, but this was a different Slayton, by the way, back then. It was like prime Slayton, you know, I don't know.
Right, but I'm just saying, like Jackson Dart is doing more with less. Something DJ couldn't do. Unfortunately, not knocking DJ, he's winning. Shout out to him. This ain't a bash in the DJ, but this Jackson Dart, it just feels different. It looks different, and it is different. And the future is bright, and that's what I'm hanging my hat on. Is that, man, we finally might have a quarterback here.
That's the big
when Malik Neighbors comes back. And, of course, when we draft and look at wide receiver help, we're going to finally have a legit wide receiver too here, right? Then we get another linebacker. Then we get another offensive line as far as making sure we have the proper depth. This Giants team is not far. If we're competing with the best of them now and losing by a field goal in some cases because of a poor defensive decision, the future's bright.
Yeah, no, you're right. When you look macro, again, from up top, you could say, hey, these guys are different, man. These guys are now tougher to play against. You have to worry about the New York Giants now. Like, you have to worry about them. They're not a bottom feeder anymore. You know, it took two historic collapses to get us to 2-5 right now. We could be sitting above 500. That's neither here nor there. The future is bright. And again, he did this against a good Denver Broncos defense, a good Chargers defense, you know, like, so, and a good Philly defense. So that's three good defenses. This is not like, you know, again, I hate to bring up DJ again, but he got 5 touchdowns against the Commanders. It was like 5 touchdowns against a lowly Lions team, like 4 touchdowns against the Jets. There was a lot of these, like, you know, bottom feeding blowout victories against bad teams. These are legitimate teams that Dart is going against, and this feels so real. It feels so real. Listen, we've been down this road before. We thought things are real. We could blow up in our faces. This feels and looks real, and I think it is. So, glass half full. I love where we're at as a team overall. Glass half empty. Fucking sucks to be 2-5.
I get it, Speed. It does suck. And listen, we sat there after the live stream, and shout out to the all 3,000 and change that you know, that spent time with us, man. And shout out to 500 Level for sponsoring the event as well. What a show that was. But we sat there after the fact. Shout out to Ransom. Ransom gave us a call. Was like, what the hell? A lot of people were calling us, man, that we know from in the industry. Was like, man, I just want to talk this out. And man, it was just, it hurt. It really freaking hurt that we got to sit there and see them dominate for 3 quarters to lose that way. And still, Speed, I have Matt Dodge, that punt return, as number 1 still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this could be a top probably 2 or 3 maybe at Giant losses. Maybe I'm not there yet. But there's nothing topping that Matt Dodge. And what that means is that this loss was like, okay, on to the next one for me.
I think a lot of it is, like you said, there wasn't a huge expectation this season. So at the end of the day, like, we're sad, but, we want to see progress, as you said, and we're seeing progress. We're seeing progress as a whole. There's a couple of things, like new defense coordinator, a couple of pieces here, and we're there. But, like, let's see how they rally now. You can't just say, hey, we're making progress, then lose the next 3 games, and you're ending up at 2-8. You can't do that. You can't bottom out now. So fight back. Let's see what we got left. Right back to Philly, man. Right back to Philly after this. There's no rest for the weary. No rest, man.
Hey, Speed, we'll save all predictions and etc. for tomorrow. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow we are live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, talking everything Giants for you guys on this Tuesday. This Monday, like I said, was supposed to be around the NFL, but this is the biggest news in the NFL. Yeah. All right, so we got to talk about it. Right? This is it. This is it. And don't forget, every Friday we do have the Pick'em show where we give you guys what we picked throughout the week. I don't even know how I did. My wife did. Shout out to my wife. She actually.
I need the Texans to win today to get my second win. I had a tough week. I need that second win, or else
shocked.
Your boy, who was in second place, is about to go stumbling down those standings. So,
it takes 1 week, Speed. Takes 1 week.
Takes one bad week.
I'm like at the bottom of the barrel, but it just takes a couple weeks to stack up, and I'll be there. I'll be there. But man, let's get going, man. On behalf of my brother, man, Mr. Glass Half Full, it's your boy Eli Rax, aka Vibes. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings.
New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Wolf High Road!
Let's go.